Okay, I never let anything at all go to waste, especially when I get my hands on an ingredient that I can't get all the time. I want to make sure that I use every bit of it. Now, right now, I was able to get key limes. Yummy, I love it, but when you're using key limes, most of the time you only use a portion of the zest and you end up with a lot of limes with a lot of zest left over. Well, I don't want to waste the flavor, so here's what I do. Go ahead and zest it off, and you have to, I gotta say, the one thing about key limes, if you're working with key limes as your citrus, is it takes an acre and a half of them to get a whole lot of zest or juice because they're so tiny. But they're delicious, so I don't really worry about it. Okay, so you've got the zest left over. And say like you buy a bag of lemons and you have need for the zest for 2 and the juice for the rest, don't throw it away, because here's what you can do. Go ahead and find whatever measurement you want to use. And in this case, I'm going to freeze it. You can dry this stuff too, but I'm going to freeze it in about 1 tablespoon portions, because that's about what I use. If you cook for a smaller number of people, freeze it in smaller batches. Now, I don't happen to have one of those things that does the on the bags, you know, that sucks all the air out. But if you do, that works really, really well. I could use a straw, but frankly, I'm afraid I'd aspirate lime zest and have a really hard time explaining that at the ER. All right, so get ahead and squish it all out of there. Like my sound effects. I feel like my 9-year-old. And that's it. Stick that in the freezer. Go ahead and use it as fast as you can. You don't want to keep it more than a month because it loses all its yumminess. But this will allow you to put a little bit of key lime in a lot more dishes than if you had just thrown the rinds away.